Buying a satisfying TV doesn't mean you have to break the bank. Not everyone needs the fancy features, like infinite OLED contrast or mini LED brightness of the best TVs, just a solid screen that will work well in a bedroom or living room. Entry-level TVs aren't flashy, but they can bring a clear and balanced picture at a budget price. Features of cheap TVs typically include LCD panels with a 60-cent native refresh rate, 4K resolution and HDR playback plus smart TV streaming built in. Differences in brightness, the color quality of the screen, the type of HDR format, extra features for gaming, and more. To help you find the right model, we've listed the top 5 best budget TVs and their key features, plus the things you need to consider to help you choose the best one for you. Links to all products mentioned in the video are in the description below. So let's get started. Number 5. TCL 32 SF540K. TCL TVs always manage to push the boundaries of what you can expect for your money. At just £149, it is easily cheaper than many rivals, undercutting Amazon's 32-inch Fire TV 2 Series model and costing less than half of Sony's KD32 800 asking price. While the TCL 32 SF540K's pictures aren't as bright or as starkly contrasted as those provided by other comparable sets we've reviewed recently, this model manages to avoid any serious flaws and is a far more effective all-around performer. The TV's onboard Fire TV operating system has some considerable advantages over Android Google TV, as it offers all the major UK-specific catch-up apps. There's support for the HDR10 and HLG formats from both external sources and integrated apps, as well as playback of DTS Virtual X, DTS HD, and Dolby Audio, though not Atmos. The 32 SF540Ks includes a pair of HDMI 1.4 ports, as TCL calls them, which still support ALM switching, good news for gamers, and HDMI IRC for passing multi-channel sound to soundbars or AVRs. There's also an optical digital audio output, a 3.5mm AV input, a headphone jack, and a single USB port. Alongside these physical connections, the TV can also connect wirelessly via Bluetooth 5, Wi-Fi, or AirPlay 2. Overall, the picture quality isn't perfect here, but this TCL achieves an enjoyable balance between all the main picture elements. On top of this, its Fire TV OS gives users a straightforward and stable interface with which to work. The strengths on show outweigh the negatives, such as flimsy audio and build quality, making the 32 SF5540 a very attractive proposition. Number 4. Hisense 43 A6K2K. The 43-inch Hisense A6K2K is here to prove that you don't even need to pay £500 to get a decent TV. In fact, you can get one for less than half that. While no super stylish OLED, this Hisense doesn't look as cheap as it is. It's got some surprisingly upmarket specs too, such as direct LED backlighting and support for Dolby Vision, as well as HDR10 and HLG. It also features the full-fat Vita Smart platform, which is packed with apps and is pleasant to use. Cheap LCD TVs often suffer from inconsistent backlighting that, in the worst cases, manifests in nasty blotches or clouds. Check out our review of the rival Samsung UE43 Q8000 for an example of that. Not the Hisense A6K though, which is really even-handed minus at least when viewed straight on. A TV this cheap is never going to be capable of going super bright, and in fact, there's not much of a brightness difference when you switch from SDR to HDR content, but there's decent overall contrast, thanks largely to the surprisingly deep blacks that the set can reproduce. Colors are balanced and realistic too, and plenty of shadow detail is revealed. Inevitably, the Hisense isn't perfect, and images go a bit soft when motion is involved. Viewing angles are limited too, so when viewing off-axis, some mild backlight inconsistencies become visible. Still, for the money, this is a good picture performance. Add decent sound that balances clarity and spaciousness fairly effectively, though lacks loudness and weight, and you've got a better overall package than really anyone has any right to expect at this sort of price. Number 3. LGB4 OLED. Look, nothing beats the value of the TCL QM7, but performance-wise, the LGB4 OLED kicks its $500 butt. Why? This is an OLED TV, one with a 120Hz native panel, rich, accurate colors, excellent upscaling, and an input latency of just 9.7 milliseconds. In short, it's a great pick whether you plan on watching movies, kicking back with TV shows, or playing games on an Xbox Series X or PS5. In terms of performance, it hits a peak brightness of 659 nits in HDR, 628 in SDR, and has the ability to cover 99.9724% of the Rec 709 color space and a color accuracy measured by a delta E value of 0.8. That means when you take this TV out of the box, you're going to see more vibrant and more accurate colors than you've probably ever seen on a TV before. There are some drawbacks I want to point out though. For one, the audio isn't the best on the LG B4, so you'll probably want to figure in a soundbar when planning to plunk down on this OLED. Second, the screen is surprisingly reflective. You'll really enjoy this in a room where you can lower the blinds in the daytime and turn off the lights at nighttime. It still looks fine during the day, but the glare can be bad if you put it directly in front of a window. Those minor issues aside, I love this TV. Number 2. Roku Plus Series TV. When you think of Roku, you probably think of streaming players. But a few years back, one of the biggest names in streaming started making its own TVs. Thus, the Roku series of TVs was born. Currently, there are 3 versions of Roku TVs out there. There's the entry-level Roku Select, the mid-range Roku Plus, and the newest top-of-the-range Roku Pro series. While the Pro is a great TV, the Plus offers the best value at just $399 for a rock-solid QLED TV with high levels of brightness, decent contrast, and vibrant color. In our benchmark tests, the Roku Plus series reached a peak brightness of around 460 nits, which is a lot less than our top pick, but still good for this price range. The biggest surprise here is that its color volume was enormous, a whopping 81.27% of the Rec 2020 color standard. That's better than TVs twice this price. You'll still have to be careful about what mode you set it to. Dynamic is garish, but when it's all dialed in, this is a great-looking TV at an unbelievable sticker price. Number 1. Amazon Fire TV Omni QLED. The 50-inch version of the Amazon Fire TV Omni QLED is the best cheap TV we have tested and the only product to earn a perfect 5 stars on this list. Unboxing it in our test rooms, our reviewers were immediately impressed with the set, with Amazon having cut surprisingly few corners while keeping costs down. The key selling point is undeniably its QLED panel. The panel uses quantum dot technology originally developed by Samsung. It aims to boost picture performance by passing light from the backlight through a layer of quantum dots, in a bid to boost color accuracy and vibrancy. During our tests, the screen didn't match the performance of OLED sets in key areas, such as black level and contrast, but it still delivered an immersive home cinema experience that is a cut above all the similarly priced sets we've tested recently. Whether it was Dolby Vision performance watching Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, or when we tested peak brightness with Pan, the 55-inch Omni QLED delivered a balanced, consistent picture. This plus its inclusion of OLED and VRR support for PS5 or Xbox Series X, gamers led our testers to conclude that budget TVs are hard to get right, but the 50-inch Omni QLED succeeds. Where others have failed, thanks to a consistent, considered performance and impressive feature set, we are flagging the 50-inch model specifically, as we found it is the best performer in Amazon's current Fire range. The 50-inch model offered better shadow detail during dark scenes when we ran it against the larger 65-inch Amazon Fire TV Omni QLED, though that larger model is still a very good TV in its own right. The 43-inch Amazon Fire TV Omni QLED, meanwhile, is downright poor. It lacks the local dimming of its larger siblings and delivers a very flat and pale picture overall. So when shopping on Amazon, keep in mind we are specifically recommending the 50-inch model in this list for these reasons. So that wraps up our list of the best budget TVs. If this video was useful to you, kindly click the thumbs up button. Which one are you going to pick? Describe your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an updates. Everyone who had come this far, I'm hoping to see you in the next video.